airbag is on the seatbelt whenever it like locks into place permanently, or if you have an accident. And apparently, like, they left too big of a gap, and that gap can actually cause whenever you have it, like, there's like a little miniature explosion that causes the airbag. Well, apparently, that explosion will actually light this shit on fire because of the air gap.
So not only are you in a car crash, now you probably dealing with a fire, probably knocked out.
Yep. That's what I'm saying. Like, dude, there's just so much shit nowadays that
I know my 2008 Nissan Altima had like the worst ignition coil spark plugs ever. Like at least once every 6 months, I had to change everything.
Yeah, that's why I try to stick with new cars. At least then they'll replace anything I need to.
Well, I learned my lesson to a certain extent.
Yeah.
Also learned that Nissan's like a horrible like company.
I don't know. I've never owned a Nissan, so I really can't talk shit, to be honest.
I can't. I'll let you know.
I like American muscle, which still sucks.
I was trying to think, like, did I ever see you have a car that wasn't American? But, yeah.
The closest thing that I have to not American is my dune buggy. It's a Volkswagen.
Yeah, so, I mean, you like American muscle, though. So much for that bullshit.
Hey, trust me. I already told you one of these days I'm going to have you guys buy me a car, and I'm going to put the engine into it, so we're going to have some fun.
You have fun with that. You always drive crazy with a fucking 1-ton truck. I can just imagine a dune buggy with with a V8 engine.
Fucking V10 out of a Viper.
Just fucking cruising down the street, going like 100 miles per hour on a highway, and you cutting people off, and you going on the road, like the dirt, or like the side of the road. Just be like, oh, I can drive on the grass too this fast. I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna die. I can just see you. What? Stop acting like a little bitch. Come with me. No.
That's what you were thinking the other day whenever I was cutting people off.
Oh yes, I was like,
he's like, oh shit.
Well, I knew you care about your truck more than you care about my life, so I knew you wasn't gonna do anything that stupid and fuck up your truck. Now, if it's just like a piece of shit car, oh yeah, fuck that shit. I could see you crash that shit with me in it. But your brand new truck, I feel like you like if you get in a car crash, you wouldn't even check on me first. You'd be like, "Where my truck?" And then he'd be like, "Oh yeah, fuck, Phantom, are you okay?" I'm like, "Fuck you, Max."
Yeah, hey, shit happens.
So, you want to go into this thing that's one of Biden?
Do you know the guy's name who was apparently his advisor? I totally didn't write that down.
I didn't write that down. I mean, he won the 12th, and I feel like, depending on how bad this story goes, he's not going to be his advisor anymore.
So, apparently, one of Joe Biden's supposedly going to be advisors for COVID-19.
I want to say 1 of 12 just to let people know, just before they think he's the only advisor. He's 1 of 12 supposedly, and then just to let you know, they asked Joe Biden for a story, and he they asked Joe Biden team, and they're like, we are rediscussing who is on our team for COVID. So I think they're gonna try to figure out how this is gonna turn out, and pretty much probably fire him and never bring him back.
Well, yeah, but I mean, what the guy brought up isn't far off from what Biden wants to begin with. This is the sad part. But this advisor that's on Biden's team he was asked by Yahoo News about how he felt on COVID and what he feels that they should do, etc. Well, this guy suggested that we basically shut down the entire country, other than what do they call it right now? The
mandatory workers.
Yeah, the mandatory workers. Basically, essential workers. So basically, anybody that's non-essential will be laid off, is what his goal is.
He didn't say laid off. You would get paid.
Okay, yeah, but you get paid. But he wants to lay off pretty much over half of the country.
He didn't say lay off. He said you would get paid the same amount that you get paid for in the 4 to 6 weeks that you're not going to work until the vaccine is approved and distributed.
Yeah, but they already said they won't be able to make it that fast.
I mean, according to our last episode, they already at 90%. So I already feel like
they're 90% rate. That's not 90% vaccines made.
No, I mean a 90% rate. So I already can see See, I already see how this going to work.
And you got to think about it. Who do you think the company's going to sell to? Whoever pays the highest.
Yeah.
So if Russia outbids America, then the Russians are going to get it first.
I mean, they already talking about making over, last time I said, 500 million things within the first year and 1.3 million this year.
Well, 1.3 billion, I believe it was.
3 billion.
But again, I mean, that's still not enough because, again, they're going to sell it to the highest bidder, not who needs it necessarily first. So any country could outbid us.
I feel like, as American, we should get it first.
Why? They're not even an American company.
I know that, but I feel like we're going to outbid everybody for it so that we can say we have the cure.
I doubt it. There's other countries that have more money than us. I mean, look at China. China would probably buy out all that shit just so they could have it.
If China buy that, I would say, I thought you said nothing wrong with COVID in your country anymore. We're going to talk about China more later on in the podcast or next podcast, so let's not go too much on China right now.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm not wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's plenty of countries that could outbid us.
I see what you're trying to say.
I mean, I'm not saying that will happen, but I'm just throwing that out there for all these people. I want everyone to understand that could literally happen. I mean, we could be outbid time and time again until eventually we can actually get it because they want to distribute the vaccine for free, right? Yeah. I mean, as last time I checked, that's what their game plan was.
That's the plan, supposedly.
So, you think about it. How much is our government really willing to spend on us? Let's be realistic here. You know what I mean?
$5.
Whereas other countries, you're probably going to have to pay for it, but that country's going to buy it up in order for their people to be better. So it's literally just going to be an all-out bid war.
Well, it depends, because I already see, let's say a country like China or Russia do get it. I feel like we would have a spy go into that country, take one of the vaccines, and ship it back here so we could kind of figure out how to work the vaccine and make our own vaccine from that.
Which, I mean, I know I was watching one, it was like a documentary or show, and they were actually talking about apparently there's a couple companies that are trying to develop a coronavirus vaccine, and you want to know where they get a majority of the medicine from?
Where?
Sharks.
Okay.
Wow. Apparently there's something in sharks' bodies that they are having really good luck with finding a cure with.
Well, as long as they're not going to minks.
So, that could be a real issue because they're afraid that if that is the quote-unquote cure, that
sharks
they
would
might
get extinct.
Yeah, not just that, and then if that happens to where there's not enough sharks, then that becomes a point where we have too many ocean fish, and then certain ocean fish can underpopulate other fish and overpopulate certain fish. And
well, I feel like they would
we'd lose our ecological balance, I believe is what they call it.
Yeah, I know that, but I feel like if it was sharks, it'd be like the ancestral thing to solve this. I feel like they would just pretty much copy their blood and stuff, because we got the thing to copy bloods and
synthesizing.
Yeah, because you gotta remember, I looked at labs, fake labs that I looked at, and I seen machines that say you could copy one person's blood and pretty much redo it.
Yeah, but that's time consuming.
I mean, depends on how fast this cure gotta come, which I'm not gonna take the first. It's just like a new game system. I'm gonna wait till the second generation or the third generation of the virus come out, or the vaccine come out, then I'll take it. Cause that first generation, you think China has some body bags? Shit, y'all gonna find out.
But it's not even just that. So, say for instance, they want to lock the country down, which, you think 4 to 6 weeks. Okay, now say for instance, if they lock the entire country down, which isn't possible because the president has no right to lock down any state that doesn't want to. So, I mean, he can only advise them, which is why Trump never did it, and why he can't do it, is because technically it belongs to the governors. That's the governor's call, and the governors can do it, which New York and New Jersey have already started relocking down. They've set more limits on bar hours, which is 10 p.m., so if you're in New York or New Jersey, you can no longer go to a bar past 10 p.m. anymore.
In New Jersey, you could get high, so have fun with that.
But now, like I said, you got to think about all those small businesses. Even if, say for instance, what I say, it's a 27 Republican, 23 states that are Democratic now, I believe. So you still got 27 states that probably won't lock down. But those 23 that do, all of those small businesses, medium businesses, like, yeah, okay, the people are going to get paid.
No, they said they would cover the expenses of the companies too. Any loss, anything.
There's no way.
That what he said in the thing?
Absolutely no way.
He said it's a package.
About over $1 billion, trillion, probably dollars.
He says a package to pay for all wages, individual,
small
companies, minimum size companies, state, cities, county, governor jobs.
Yeah, but again, who's going to pay it? They're basically pulling money out of thin air.
I mean, they say
which is going to cause inflation. Do we want to become Venezuela? No.
I mean, where did the other money come from that we borrowed before?
I mean,
$1,200 down, never
taxes.
Well,
but you're talking about way beyond what we borrowed against ourselves. You're probably talking about like $20-30 trillion worth of packages, and
like I said,
that's astronomical.
I really don't think that's going to happen, but
I'm not saying it will, but I'm saying the aspect of it.
What they trying to do is trying to be like New Zealand, Australia, where they only have 10 new cases. But what the problem is, he brought up how a lot of people not talking. Did you read about what happened in El Paso, Texas?
What?
They are closed down. They closed down businesses and other things and federal jobs, and asking federal government to send resources to help in the surge of deaths caused by COVID and how many people getting COVID in El Paso, Texas. So what he's trying to say is as much as we don't want to shut down, if a lot of people, what he kind of said was like, hey, if y'all don't want to shut down, y'all need to wear y'all masks and keep social distancing. But y'all don't want to pay attention, then it's going to be a lot of more cities like El Paso, Texas, where everything is shut down.
But again, that's by choice.
By choice what?
By choice of the government. Why should the government decide what we do? I mean, say for instance, somebody doesn't want to wear a mask, let them fucking die.
I mean, that's why he said it's up to people.
But it's not up to people. The governors are claiming it for you.
I mean,
so you basically have no rights anymore.
Like hell it is, because even I've seen people, even when they supposed to wear masks, even I see you, when you wear your mask, you're not properly wearing your mask.
That's because I don't give a shit.
I think so. I mean, like I said, it's up to you.
But that's the risk I take. That's my own life. Nobody's going to dictate that shit.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like, everybody had the right to do whatever they want. If they want social distance and wear masks, if they want to keep going out.
Yeah, but again, in certain states, you don't have that right. You can be fined, put in jail, all kinds of shit. So they're taking away your rights. That's what I'm getting at. And to me, that's not fair.
I mean, if this get passed, then we can have this podcast again. Conversation, but I don't see this getting passed because they already saying this guy going to get fired before he even get the job.
Yeah, but again, Biden's already said he wants to shut down the country.
I mean, if the shutting down the country kind of works, then hey, I'm down for it.
But it's not going to work. It's going to cause a surge of suicides. It's going to cause a surge of businesses to go under.
I mean, a lot of businesses are already going under.
Yeah, but also I'm saying, like, it's going to get worse. And then it's going to be all up to the bigger companies. And that's not a necessarily good thing.
I mean, Amazon already taken over from Walmart. So, I mean, but I have a big bidding war between Amazon and Walmart soon. Because have you seen Amazon starting to build pretty much Walmart's where you pretty much put your credit card or debit card on a cart, and every time you put something in the cart, it pretty much ring it out, and pretty much you have no cashiers.
Yeah.
Which I think is crazy. That pretty soon I want to know how long until people start learning how to steal from that.
Oh, they have cameras everywhere.
I mean cameras there, but let's say you put like a fake credit card and then it's saying like your credit card is declined or something like that. Like how would that work?
All right, you kind of got a point there.
Or like let's say you put, all right, if people don't know, I do this little gas trick sometimes when I run low money on Wednesday. I know I get paid Friday. I do the running this credit for $1. Yeah, it's gonna take like 2 days to put the whole $28 on your account, but then by the 2 days, I get paid, so then I have a full tank of gas. But the $28 get withdrawn by the time my check comes, so everything work out. But what happened to the people who like put a credit card and they pretty much like fraud the credit card or something like that? I don't know. I'm just trying to think of, for every good thing like that, it's gonna be somebody that try to break the system.
Yeah, but